I actually love this, man. I love this so much. Hot take, I think this is great. I think it's super awesome that this is happening. I'm glad Netflix made this move. I've been out on Netflix since Cuties. Remember Cuties? Oh boy, I'm gonna waste no time. I'm gonna jump right into this video, man. I got some things to say, and I think you're gonna love to hear it, and I think you're probably gonna have the same feelings that I do. Netflix just made a huge mistake. Mass cancellations led by Elon Musk over Charlie Kirk comments. And it gets much, much worse than that, actually. And it's about a particular cartoon that they have released for 7-year-olds. Leave a comment, man. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me as you go what you think. I reply to every comment. Let's go. I'm gonna give a like.
Netflix just made a huge mistake.
Oh, yeah.
And people all over X are canceling and showing proof of their cancellation of
How are you already not canceling Netflix?
their Netflix subscription, including Elon Musk, who tweeted out his cancellation to currently 2.6 million people, 50,000 likes.
Yeah, I haven't paid for a streaming service since Cuties. Not a single fucking one. I've been riding my ship down the 7 seas.
This is crazy. It's been a while since there was kind of a big cultural shift, a big cultural pushback in terms of like, you know, woke programming or woke movies or this, that, or the other thing. But this seemed to have popped.
Yeah, I see a lot of people saying like, actually, this is really bad. The pendulum's swinging too far in the other direction. Well, guess what? I was already not in on any of this culture. So like, if it all fails, you know, I don't really care. I still have all of my stuff.
Pop up completely out of nowhere. And I got to admit, they're getting exactly what they deserve. I think it's a combination. There's two things intersected that led to this massive cancellation. And I'm going to explain it to you. By the way, the story was sent to me by a member of our Discord. So if you haven't yet, please go to thequartering.com/join and get in our Discord. Talk directly to me, submit stories to the show. All of those amazing things.
I think Kill Tony needs to pull out a Netflix.
Now, here's where it started. It was actually a twofold cancellation. Now, here you see this. This was tweeted out.
I saw this. It was on Facebook, though, not on X.
Yesterday by Libs of TikTok. OMG.
Yeah, Libs of TikTok is also on Facebook.
Dead End Paranormal Park, a show on Netflix, is pushing pro-trans stuff on kids. The show is advertised.
Oh, Fables, why do you use Facebook? I use all of them. I only post, though. I usually don't interact. I'll scroll through for like maybe a minute to see what's going on my feed, and that's about it. See what like people are freaking out about, because that's usually what it is on social media. Everybody's freaking out about the same 10 things.
For 7-year-olds. It's being promoted on Netflix Kids now. Parents beware. Now, I thought, well, what the heck? The show got canceled like a while ago. Well, now Netflix apparently is re-promoting it. And the reason people are looking at it, we'll take a look. But let's look at this
it's
clip.
bad. Oh, it's real bad.
It's not the park. It's me. I'm trans, Norma. And everyone at school knows, and everyone at home knows. And being here, it's like a whole new place. I can just be Barney. And I can choose if and when I tell people.
Okay. What? This show received an enormous amount of praise when it first came out. Dead End Paranormal Park star Zach Barrick brings authenticity to a Jewish trans character. Now, I know.
Hold on, I didn't know that it was a Jewish trans character. What the fuck? That makes absolutely no sense. Those two things literally can't go together.
A lot of people's alarm bells are going off. I've heard a lot of connections with certain groups of people in the trans movement and the trans ideology. But again, this is a holdover from a different time during the Biden administration, when Netflix and Paramount and Disney Plus were actively, in my opinion, grooming kids with this particular type of content.
Oh, they still try it. They're still trying it. Obviously, you see.
And they were getting insane credit for it. Initially, I was excited to learn that there would be headed by a trans mask lead, a rarity in any show, much less an animated program geared towards kids. Yet I was even more astonished to know the lead, Barney, would also be Jewish. Not to mention, he played an actual trans and Jewish actor. No mention of if the show is good or not, just the fact that it's pushing the right ideology on the young people. And
that's all that matters, right? Doesn't have to be a good story, as long as we agree with the politics and the messaging.
By the way, this gets even crazier.
Whoa, really? Okay.
I feel like I reported on this show when it came out. I'd have to go back and look back at my back catalog. But like,
I missed this. I didn't know this was a thing because I'm out on the streaming services.
I feel like I reported on this. I feel like I did, but I can't be totally sure. But I feel like I did. But this is nuts. I mean, why is this stuff important for a kids show? Why is this stuff?
Oh, you know why. You know why.
Being promoted. Why is any of this important? Right?
They're trying to S-wordalize the children.
Right. Again, this is a show for kids. Okay. There was other articles. Now, this was back in. My cat just knocked a bunch of stuff over because he's being a little PITA. Dead End Paranormal Park anime series was canceled at Netflix after 2 seasons. The series, which features voices of Don't Really Care, follows the adventures of Barney Guttman, a gay trans boy who finds a new job as a security guard at Phoenix Park, and Norma Khan, a 17-year-old autistic Pakistani American girl.
Dude, so many labels. They're going to use all the labels in this show. They're really trying to turn your children into freaks.
You're not Pakistani American. You're Pakistani. Who's also part of the security team. It's like that Vice thing where they're just throwing like the dildos against the wall and picking random topics to talk about.
Where you're saying they're about the Pakistani American. Yeah, true. I agree. If you are a Pakistani American, you are either Pakistani or American. Fucking pick one. You can't be both.
The show is crazy. Who could possibly foresee why the show didn't work out? Maybe it's because, parents didn't want their kids, consuming this nonsense. Parents didn't want weirdos, grooming their...
Maybe if we re-release it, then everybody will forget that this ever happened and nobody will talk about it and everybody will miss it. Nobody will know it happened. Well, didn't work out like that, did it?
Kids, I think that's pretty normal. The series, of course, was produced by Blink Industries, launched in June 2022 with a second season premiering in October. Steele revealed that the cancellation on Twitter, he said, "It's with a heavy heart that I tell you Dead End is over. Obviously, we didn't want this to be the case. In fact, we did a writer's room for season 3. We have scripts and designs and outlines ready to go. But it was always the plan to give these characters a proper ending they deserve." Now, maybe this was when it became pretty clear that Donald Trump was going to be the next president. Maybe this was when it became pretty clear that wokeism was over. This nonsense, creepy stuff. Dead End Paranormal Park explores theme parks as a queer gateway. So they're literally saying, oh, it's to expose young kids to this and to brainwash them.
Yep.
At least in my opinion, that's pretty much what they're saying here, right?
No, that's a fact. That literally is a fact. Because they want to teach your children about these things. They say it all the time. That's one of their goals with this. They want to teach children that it's okay. And it's fucking not. These people are freaks. They're trying to take your children. They're trying to S-wordalize them by maps, people.
Okay. So what they're pretty much saying, at least in my opinion. Although it's stationed in Sandusky, Ohio, the roller coaster capital of the world, Cedar Point is on its own island in Lake Erie, a vaguely Peanuts-themed oasis consciously separated from the mainland. And they talk about, and if we look at the original trailer, I'm going to guess, yep, wildly downvoted and comments turned off.
How about that?
Now, you might be asking, what the heck?
Why would they have to turn off the comments? I wonder.
why is Netflix getting canceled right now? This show isn't even out anymore, although they are promoting it to kids currently, according to Libs of TikTok. Well, here's what happened. Here's the creator of the show. You'll never guess who the creator of the show is. A they LGBTQ blue sky fan.
How about that? They tell us they tell us who they are every fucking time with these labels.
Mocked Charlie's assassination and called him a Nazi. Is anyone surprised? Now look,
it's funny how the people who have symbols in their bio and they all like are a part of the same ideology exactly to a T, calling everybody else Nazis. How ironic.
Blue Sky needs to have probably its own group of people watching over their posters there, because they are very clearly radicalized. And
how is Blue Sky able to exist? And they took down Parler. They took down Parler because of January 6th, but they're not taking down Threads. They're not taking down Blue Sky for all of these violent freaks.
And basically nut jobs, and unapologetically so. And the stuff they say is happening in real life. Like,
and they love it.
They're carrying out this stuff. Like that's going to be essentially this is, you know, these people radicalize other people. Let's see, Hamish Steele bluesky.social. I wonder if we can find him on there. Hamish, what is his name? Hamish, hold on. It gets worse. Hamish Steele Blue Sky. I've got to probably do this on Google. Hamish Steele I'll say just Blue Sky. Here he is. Let's see if he's commented on it. I can't see it. Oh, there we go. Let's see. My Instagram comments are now flooded with replies saying that I am Charlie Kirk and that I celebrated his assassination, which I never did. And all I can think of is Yeevee oddly shouting, "What's that got to do with anything?" It's been mostly very okay and found it all quite funny. While really appreciating someone has reached out, but the extremely nasty, weird, phobic, and anti-Semitic emails I've started getting rolling in. Of course, he didn't post any of this stuff.
Right. They never actually show evidence of any of these things happening.
It's genuinely funny that Elon Musk has now seen a clip from Dead End. He's on the list of people I know for a fact have watched it along with Ben Shapiro and Eric Adams. Why would you watch this garbage? And again, it's all lies and slanders. Netflix is not promoting at the moment. Okay. Why are you so defensive? And let's see if you didn't celebrate it. Let's see what your post said. Let's see what your post actually said. Where is this? Why the F are you even commenting on this, D-head? Use sympathy for any of the families being slaughtered by your weapons, but a random Nazi gets assassinated and it's a public statement. You're such an evil-ish. He's talking about Donald Trump, and he's calling Charlie Kirk a Nazi.
How about that?
I would say you might split hairs.
Bro, the irony.
And say, well, he's not celebrating it, but to me, it certainly looks like he's very happy about it. He's using the very rhetoric that got Charlie Kirk taken from us. And by the way,
he's upset that people are upset about it. That's his celebration, because these people like to be upset. It's like the main thing that they do is be upset.
Just cancel my Netflix subscription if you employ someone who celebrated the assassination of Charlie Kirk and makes content that pushes pro-trans content on my kids. You will never see a dime of my money. You can see actual cancellation proof. Hamish Steele celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination. Elon Musk said the same. I would love to see him actually post proof of it. A lot of people say they cancel stuff, and then I catch them talking about like, oh, well, I was watching this on Netflix the other day. I'm like, wait a minute, you said you canceled it. It's hard for me because I have to be able to check these certain things, but...
Yeah, no, I literally don't use streaming services. If something's out on Netflix, I ain't paying for Netflix. I know exactly where I'm going. I know it has it, and I don't have to pay for it.
There are plenty of ways to watch content.
Yep.
Right? Elon Musk cancels Netflix. You see You know, Susan, I had not heard about this sneaky, disgusting pathway to grooming and indoctrinating our kids. Once this trash goes into your youngster's brain, it's hard to undo the potential sickness. Don't let your kids eat trash, parents, and don't let them watch it either. I'm sure they will decide on their own once they are older if they want to consume garbage. Canceled. People are saying dispute your latest charge. Yeah, here's Nibs of TikTok. I just canceled my Netflix account. I think this is important. By the way, now is probably not a bad time to just look at the kind of stuff that's auto-renewing on your credit card right now. You probably have 30 or 40 bucks a month that you can just...
I spend no money on any kind of entertainment. I don't even buy video games anymore. I'm about to spend about $50 on video games on GOG in a couple months. Like, in a couple months. When I say I'm about to, it means, like, it's going to be a little while. I don't have any fear of missing out whatsoever, man. No
not
curiosity.
Pay anymore because you probably aren't using it. But we'll have to see. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people canceling. I think it's important when if you're going to cancel that you put the reason in and you tell them exactly why. And ultimately, money talks. And so, hey, if people want to cancel, I'm with them. Netflix has made a big mistake. And this Hamish Steele guy will probably have a really hard time finding a job in the future because all of this basically is because of him. So, and also, by the way, Blue Sky is a cesspit. Stay out of it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
So is Netflix actually pushing this? I'm going to have to see. What was this called again? Dead End? Well, it seems it's still on there. Because obviously right here, you know, and it's TV Y7 for kids. All right, there you go. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one.